How many of you own an iPhone? And how many of you know everything there is to know about your iPhone? Not many of you, I bet. Well, in this video, I want to run through 5 things you might not know your iPhone can do. So watch this video to the end, as you may find these tips interesting, if not useful. Alternatively, click on one of the chapters below to go to the tip which is useful to you. However, before doing this, please do subscribe to the channel. After all, it's free, and it would be greatly appreciated. So number 5, starting with the secret button, or tap function. The secret button, as it's become known as, or tap function, was introduced with iOS 14 in 2020. The tap function uses a combination of hardware and software. By tapping the back of your iPhone either with a double tap or triple tap, it turns into a giant touch-sensitive button that triggers a specific function of your choosing. This predefined list of functions includes, among other things, opening your camera app, taking a screenshot, or even opening Siri, to name but some. However, the real strength of this button is it can also be used with Apple's Shortcuts app. I've added a link to this app in the description below, effectively making the button do almost anything you can imagine on your iPhone. For example, opening a specific app, calling a specific contact, or even opening a shortcut that allows you to calculate how much of a tip you should leave. To enable this feature, go into Settings, select Accessibility, select Touch, and then scroll down and select Back Tap. From here you can set up whatever functionality that works for you, whether it be using one of the predefined list of functions or one you have set up in the Shortcuts app. Number 4, you can now FaceTime Windows and Android devices. Did you know you can now set up FaceTime calls with people who don't have access to an iPhone or iPad? Now, for myself, I often use FaceTime, and that's because most of the people I contact have Apple devices. But one of its biggest downsides has been the lack of compatibility with non-Apple devices. But with the introduction of iOS 15, things are starting to change at Apple, where an Apple user can now set up video calls with people who use either Windows or an Android device. So how do you do this? Well, in brief, open FaceTime on your iPhone or iPad and select Create Link. Then send the link to whoever the recipient or recipients are, either by message, email, or a multitude of other ways. Once a recipient receives the FaceTime link, they will need to enter their name and press Continue, where they will be able to join the call once you have joined yourself. So is it any good? Well, in short, no. My own experience has been hit and miss, where some recipients experience technical difficulties. The end result? Well, I just feel FaceTime would be better served if it had a dedicated app for other devices, as currently all calls need to be set up by the person with an Apple device. So no, it's not great, but it's a start, and I'm hoping it will improve with future updates. Number 3, customizing your notifications. Now, a useful feature on the iPhone is the ability to customize your notifications. This is especially useful if you need to differentiate between different apps. For example, you might want to set up a different notification sound between getting an email and getting a message. Or, if you want to maintain your privacy or the information you receive is sensitive, you may want to stop message notifications appearing when your phone is locked. To customize your notifications, go into Settings and select Notifications. And from here you can select the app you want to change the notification for. Number 2, and this is one of my favourites, dual SIM. Did you know you can now have 2 SIMs or phone numbers in your iPhone? For someone like me who uses 2 phone numbers, this was a fantastic improvement, as it saved me needing to carry around 2 phones. However, great though dual SIM is, it's not all roses, as unlike conventional SIMs where you can insert and remove a physical SIM from a device, Apple force you to use an eSIM as one of the 2 SIMs. Although I should add, this does vary depending on where in the world you purchased your iPhone. So what is an eSIM? Well, in short, an eSIM is a small chip built into your phone that acts just like a SIM card. It's not a physical SIM card, so you don't need to worry about inserting it into your phone or swapping it with another SIM. To activate an eSIM, simply contact your network provider and they will do it for you. However, the problem is not all network providers currently support eSIMs, and those that do are often restricted to pay monthly plans or business customers. So if you are interested in using a second SIM in your iPhone, contact your network provider first to see if they use eSIMs and what the caveats are. And finally, number 1, customizing your contacts. I absolutely love this feature, the ability to customize your contacts. Now, this isn't new or revolutionary by any means, but it is extremely useful if you need or want to know when a specific person is contacting you. By going into your contacts, you can choose a specific picture for a contact, ringtone when they call you, or even text tone when they message you. Once you've gone into your contacts, select a contact you wish to customize. Then select Edit to the top right, and from here you can make the customizations you want. So now when your boss calls you, you'll know it's them before even looking at your phone. And these are just 5 things you may not have known you can do with your iPhone. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe below and click that like button, and then watch these videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.